Copyright AP photo. Nati HarnikDemocratic candidate for the 2020 presidential nomination Bernie Sanders has put his core constituency's support at risk after promoting the endorsement of popular podcast host Joe Rogan, who has a history of controversial remarks. Sanders' Twitter account posted a video of Rogan during his podcast show, who said that he would vote for Sanders after hanging out with the Vermont senator. He's been insanely consistent his entire life. He's basically been saying the same thing, been for the same thing his whole life. And that, in and of itself, is a very powerful structure to operate from. Rogan said, "I think I'll probably vote for Bernie. He's been insanely consistent his entire life. He's basically been saying the same thing, been for the same thing his whole life. And that in and of itself is a very powerful structure to operate from." Joe Rogan pic.twitter.com/Fukibokwiji, Bernie Sanders, @Bernie Sanders, January 23, 2020. However, it seems that many of Sanders' core supporters weren't in favor of promoting the endorsement of Rogan, whose podcast is one of the most listened to in the country. Several commentators online have accused Rogan of being associated with racist or cisgender jokes and remarks. Some invoked Rogan's past remarks about gays and trans people as well as a Planet of the Apes joke he made about a black neighborhood he visited. The Twitter post started a mass debate, with many commentators vocal in their defense of Rogan and Sanders. Let's be clear, by promoting Joe Rogan, Sanders is dog-whistling that his campaign is a safe space for aggrieved, white bigots because he'll keep those radical blacks and their identity politics in check. He's been dancing around the message for years. Jason Johnson, @DrJason, January 24, 2020. The woke left is furious that Bernie Sanders is celebrating Joe Rogan's endorsement. "This may be the first time I've ever thought that. Previously I was underestimating just how much wokeism can backfire on progressive goals." Robbie Sove, @RobbieSove, January 24, 2020. You've always known Joe Rogan was an independent thinker. No, I don't know how a capitalist like Joe could support a socialist like Bernie. But hey, this is America. To each their own. Stop being triggered because someone doesn't think just like you. Chad Prather, @WatchChad, January 24, 2020. The Sanders campaign issued a statement in response to the backlash. "The goal of our campaign is to build a multiracial, multi-generational movement that is large enough to defeat Donald Trump and the powerful special interests whose greed and corruption is the root cause of the outrageous inequality in America," Sanders' National Press Secretary Brianna Joy Gray said in a statement to Fox News. "Sharing a big tent requires including those who do not share every one of our beliefs, while always making clear that we will never compromise our values. The truth is that standing together in solidarity, we share the values of love and respect that will move us in the direction of a more humane, more equal world." The New York Post had earlier reported that, according to Rogan, other Democratic candidates, including former Vice President Joe Biden, Sen. Elizabeth Warren, and former South Bend Mayor Pete Buttigieg, have all asked to be on his show yet were denied because Rogan would rather talk to his friends, Andrew Yang and Rep. Tulsi Gabbard remain the only Democratic candidates besides Sanders to appear on the podcast. Let's block ads. Why?